What's going on, YouTubers? I just wanted to give a quick update to our food forest pilot project here in Arkansas. We're kind of in between zone 7, zone 8. This was my ditch swale. It rained really good. In my last video you saw it was full of water. This is basically just a day after it completely stopped raining. It actually rained a little bit this morning. See, I got something digging out of there. But I was amazed at how quick the water disappeared. I really thought it would stick around a little more. Doing a little research today on some of the different plants that I've got. I'm still trying to identify. I've got some other edibles like chickweed, and see my strawberries are coming. Harvested a few of these wild strawberries and they are just growing everywhere. Which is great. I just wanted to again show you our pond's still holding water pretty good down here though. And one thing we did notice, as we showed that it wasn't near as sloppy, well, after that I also created a couple other mini swales with the rake, and one of which worked amazingly well. But I've realized that I went about my swale making incorrectly. So this is the one, again, just with the rake. And so all the water that normally runs off the house runs down to there, fills up this corner with water, and then runs out to the road and creates our swamp in the front yard. But just with this small little swale that I created out of the rake, and then dug a little bit as it elevation change just to try to get the water. I like doing it with the water in because then I can see where I move my water. And again, I just wore out here, but we stopped a ton of water from moving quickly, or at least slowed it down, so we didn't have quite the flood down here. And you can see this dried out pretty quick compared to what we've been having. That's my other pond. And even our stream here is drying up pretty quick, though this is still pretty wet underneath this gravel. Because all I did, because all this was filling with water, was put down a bunch of the, what this stuff, pine needles. Put that down all over first and created kind of a carpet before I put the rock down. And so the water just flows underneath here. You can see it just comes up underneath the fence from the other side and then turns into this stream out front. And as you can tell, it gets pretty mucky and yucky. But this is our permaculture process, so may turn the ditch into a hugel culture place, but probably not this season. Still trying to get just growing area for one. I've got those little garden boxes, but I kind of want some more space to grow this year. Little figs coming out. And hopefully we can get some birch polypops to start coming up on our birch here, but we want to use some of that to create pathways. That's going to be the next big thing, is to get pathways towards everything that we need. And then I wanted to also give an update. I had amazing luck fighting fire ants by boiling orange peels and then dumping that hot water into the fire mound pits and no more fire ants. Got some nice greens to go with all our dead brown from the neighborhood. My wife picked these up for me yesterday. So, ooh, it's already got some mulch in that one. Somebody cleaned up some beds. We got all the goodies. Yeah, some greens in there. So we're going to mix that. Then put our manure on top of that. Let that sit for a week. Even though this has all been sitting for a little while, we'll probably turn it. And then put the green on top of it. Put the manure on top of it. Let that sit a week. And then turn it 3 times a week for the next 3 weeks. And we'll have compost and fertilizer for all of our garden. My raspberries, the ones back in the backyard are doing good. The ones in the front, not so much. Anyway, just wanted to give you an update. Even though we haven't dug a whole lot, just raking out some of this stuff seems to help. The water that sat here was a lot clearer than normal. It didn't look like a muddy mess. And this will be our top pond. Try to catch a lot of the runoff from the roof there. As you can see, it's just sitting. So we want to dig this out as well and make, you know, a nice little pond here that then overflows, follows this white line, and goes down as we've explained in the other videos. So I appreciate you guys letting me talk and think out loud and to share this. I hope that you will get excited about your backyard and what you can find, like this onion. Have some nice wild onion growing. Here's some more. This is a good bug deterrent, so I like leaving this here. Good smelling stuff. Anyway, you guys, don't be afraid to get started. Your backyard can be a food forest before you know it.